Hi everyone, this is the Collective Soul Tarot and I'm Kay. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the channel for new viewers. Thank you to new subscribers and to people who are already subscribed. Thank you so much for doing that with me, joining the channel like that and supporting my cause, which is just to provide tarot card readings, right? So I've been busy doing a lot of the free tarot card personal love readings this past week that I offered to everybody who wanted to comment and like my videos, my collective reading videos only last week, Monday through Friday, and I ended up with 14. So instead of 10, I'm doing 14. So I have about 5 more left to do. So please be patient with me for those who have asked for it. I appreciate that. And so today we're going to do, for the collective, a general reading using the Cyril Marchetti's decks of the Kipper and Gilded Reverie and Intuit Tarot for for clarification. Okay, guys. So we might as well just get started. If you like what you see or hear, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Comment, share, and like. That would be wonderful. And Archangel Michael, will you, and Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today with clearly interpreting the energies of the cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you. Also, I wanted to let you know in the description box below the video, every video I post so far has got my 8-minute meditations YouTube site in there, where there's about 8 free professionally guided meditations, because I advocate for meditation, because my readings are, and I'm not saying anyone else's isn't, I'm just saying my readings are strictly really quite divine focused. It's what the divine would want you to know, and it's about leading your life through your heart. Okay, I dropped one on the floor. That's okay. That'll be our first one in the past. So let's split, and I'll grab that one. What's a message card? Somebody has sent a message in the past. There we go. And what's our present day energy is the pathway, a long path, and that you would take, like a trail or a hike or bike ride or something, but it's depicting abstractly, it's depicting a journey, but something that's that you don't have to go somewhere to take. Excuse me, guys. But it's just a path that's it's a long meandering path back to the light. This one again this is actually the second card. See, if you notice, there's 12 and 12. I don't know if you can see it. 12 and 12. This is bird card number 1, and this is bird card number 2, which is the owls. The owls is more like receiving divine communication, possibly from an elder or someone who's passed over, or just receiving it through your own connection with God. And this one is more this is more formal. This is less formal. This is like receiving just any kind of message from somebody, text message, email, phone call, voicemail, that kind of message. So the pathway, we've got a message in the past. We have a journey right now that one's going on to gain the wisdom, I would suspect, to be able to pass on some more wisdom. Pass on that wisdom through a message. Okay, we're going to clarify now. We have the gift, which is something that you You either give or receive. That is exactly what you need at the time. So this is a past. So you received a gift at one time. Possibly, whether I'm talking to a feminine or masculine at this time in the collective, this gentleman here, I see as somebody, this is gentleman number 2 in the deck. I see him as somebody who is a lover, who is fun, who is, you know, he looks serious, but I always take that as like a model pose. You know how you see the models on TV or whatever, they got their pursed lip and looking really like deadpan, straight ahead, because they're on the runway, the cat runway or whatever. So I take that as somebody who is more like a Knight of Wandish, you know, having fun, being you know, impulsive, mischievous, but just, you know, a lover, somebody who knows how to romance and is the interpretation of the lover within you, the lover who's in you and within you. So maybe speaking to a masculine collective, but or it's a feminine or somebody else. It could be a feminine or another masculine, because it could be same sex, but this is definitely a man, it's not a woman. That's the way these cards are set up, that if a woman picture comes out, that means it's a woman. So yeah, either way, look at it. You could be receiving a message from this person if you're a feminine, or a same-sex partner, like somebody who would be receiving a message from a man, a romantic message from a man. Yeah, and it is exactly what it is that you need. So in the past, most recent past, you've received a message, or you've sent a message to him. Okay, let's just go ahead and keep clarifying. Pathway. I'm thinking about this one. Distant horizons. And another message card. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just keep clarifying. Let's clarify for the near future for the wisdom cards. This again is just you know, informal type of message. Wouldn't be like a document or anything like that, where there is a document card, a letter card. Mature man. And the choice card. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, give me a minute to think about this, see if I can get any inspiration. What I'm getting from this is that this is a feminine I'm talking to, of the collective. You've sent a message to this one that you know, have a great desire for. Okay, your love interest, you gave them a gift. It could be an actual gift, but if it's a message, it's a gift. It's a message of exactly what they needed at the time. You gave them something of some kind of information, or just whatever. If you, like, it could have been you said something that they needed to hear from you, and perhaps you knew that, but maybe you didn't. But the cards are telling us that he received it. He received it, and it was exactly what he needed. Okay, so perhaps it's a message about how much you care for them. They needed to hear that. Maybe it was a message about how you'd like to see them, or it was a message of support or something, right? You gave it to them and they received it. Okay, but this individual, it's interesting because I'm reading for the feminine here, or I'm reading for okay, it's confusing, the energies. I'm thinking now that I'm reading for this masculine right here. This masculine received a message from somebody that they care about, right? Feminine or same sex, whatever. And it was a message of something they received. It was exactly what they needed. It was right for them. Okay, so but this individual right now, in the past he got the message, but right now he's walking a path right now. It would be a path that you know, he wants to take a pathway that's going to lead to his highest self, you know, his bliss, right? With whoever that might be with, or wherever he might go, that might be where he'd really like to go. But it's more like a fantasy at this point, because I would say he doesn't know how. He doesn't know what, of course, he doesn't know how where the path is going to end up. Of course, we never do, right? Until the time comes, but then there's always another path right away. It's just more like he's on a spiritual, he's evolving spiritually while he's walking his path towards the light, you see, because this distant horizons, I'm going to make sure though, I don't want to lie to you or mislead you. Now this is number 35 and this is number 36 in the Kipper. So let's read number 36 first. Distant horizons, traditionally its position is important. If next to a positive or hoped for card, it can mean it's recently just a vision. That is something unrealized, something that takes more concrete effort to make real, so it's more than just a daydream. With challenging cards, there aren't any, so I don't have to worry about that. This is a card of dreams and fantasies. The card that follows this one can be a dream or coming to pass. So he will be sharing his whatever he's gained, whatever he knows, he'll be sharing it from his time spent here. But if a card is followed by this one, it will remain just dream for the time covered by the reading. Hopes will come to pass. Okay, timing is usually summer. It can also stand for a message from overseas. Yeah, it could be a message from overseas. This card indicates the silver lining on the horizon. It can stand for foreign countries, wanderlust, voyages, broadening horizons, new perspectives, and visions. It also has everything to do with water and liquidity, for instance, ocean, seas, and drinks. Distant horizons also announces the discovery of spirituality and new adventures. Yeah, so then 35 is the pathway one. This destination can't quite be seen, but it looks like there's a pleasant patch of sun after the climb. Oh, I guess you're going up a little in this one. Okay, literally it's all paths, roads, walkways, tracks, and trails. From this it derives a sense of long races like marathons or triathlons. It's a long road, so it also represents distance and a good length of time. This leads to a timing hint of 1 or 2 years, so it could be some time that this fellow here, he may have already been on this path, this spiritual evolution path for quite some time already, but it's going to be a little while yet, right? Because he's still in the midst of it. There is light at the end of the tunnel now. Pathway may announce the overcoming of distance both temporally and spatially. If you don't try to force the matter, you'll experience continuous development. This card may concern the slow growth of a partnership or a long-term career planning. Pathway is also symbol for all roads, streets, and ways, forest, and nature. This card means a long road ahead. It is sometimes referred to the 2-year patience. It means a lot needs to be done or something that will take a long time. It can also stand for great physical distance. Behind the significator, it means a long time ago. It can mean a long time or a couple of years. If it's in front of the significator, it can mean a long time or a couple of years if it's in front of the significant. Yeah, so it's in front of the significator, so it means a couple of years. It can mean a long time or a couple of years. Yeah. So he's, it's in present position, so he's definitely in the midst of it. He has fantasies about being wherever, enlightened and being able to, really step up into his mature man energy, which is like the Emperor in the classic decks, where he will then have a choice to make. He's seeing this. I mean, this is a guy who is like really thinking this stuff over, really trying to work it all out. And he's got a message though that helps him continue to feel motivated and to persevere, to keep moving in the path, because there must be somebody on his path, because mine usually love readings, right? Must be somebody that's not showing up yet on his path who has become a wise individual, and therefore he feels he has some growing to do. Been looking at himself, assessing himself, and realizes that he's got growing to do in order for him to be able to share wisdom, pass it along as a mature man, to make, to have options, obviously, but to make informed decisions, like from his heart, right? Remember, I tell you, it's about walking through your life, following your heart with a very balanced, heart mind balance of both practical and logical with the heart, which is love and all those emotions, right? Having a balance between your emotions and your thoughts. That's very healthy. And that is what we all are. That's what our path, every one of ours is that path, is to be able to find that balance. And it's challenging, especially if you got hang-ups, from years before or childhood, where we have a lot of beliefs and patterns of thinking that will not allow us, if we keep entertaining them, will not allow us to have that kind of equilibrium, that kind of peace and calm with that balance, right? It won't. If you've got a lot of anger in you, resentment, you have to heal that in order to have that experience. So let's talk about the message card number 1. Ace of Swords. Well, there's a perfect messenger card. 9 of Cups. Vernal equinox. Dark to light. Well, let's get one more. 8 of Cups. The World. Okay. So he received a straight up message from somebody. Ace of Swords. You can't get any more straight up than that, right? That's somebody relaying to him that they've wiped the slate clean. They have no hang-ups of their past with him or anyone. That they're cool, and that they are looking very forward to enjoying life in celebration. Let's see here. Vernal equinox, dark to light, timing is a few days. Or we have autumn equinox, prepare for change, timing a few months. I would intuit it to be this more so, that they were telling them that they walked away. They walked away from everything, including him. They walked away from from their troubles, okay? Because they just want to have their wishes fulfilled. They want to feel excited and celebrate their life. Making those choices and decisions that will allow them to do that, right? But the Ace of Swords is cutting somebody out of your life. Yeah, cutting somebody out of your life. This one right here. Somebody cut him out and he got that message. That's what that is. This was like, these cards can be looked at in duality, in the sense that, well, particularly the Knight of Cups, but the Ace of Swords is about telling your truth, right? Not holding back, definitely saying it, telling your truth, being honest and transparent. But it's also, you know, telling your truth in a way that might say, I can't do this anymore, and so, you know, I have to just say so long. If it's just for now or for forever, it's hard to say, but you're going to tell them the truth. And you could be saying too, if you were intimately related with this person, if the feminine that we're talking about, because this is for a masculine collective that the reading's for, but your feminine might have told you that they felt that you were overindulging, maybe having fun, having, you know, someone who's a long-term committed person, and they see you as maybe being playing them right here, maybe having a little bit too much of the intentions or tendencies to want to put your feminine here in the other woman position, role in your life, or, you know, an affair, a clandestine affair. And she's coming out of the dark and into the light by being able to do this, to say this to him, okay? And she says, I have to walk away. She says, I have to walk away. Well, you know what happened? You know what happened when he received that message? It was exactly what he needed. Why? Because it got him off his ass. And now I'm talking to you, collective. It shocked the poopies out of you. It shocked the poopies out, and it scared you because you never thought that she would do something like that. And even if you did think that she might do something like that, it's a total different story when she actually does it, right? So it surprised you, it shocked you, and it might even made you angry, you know? And put that deadpan look on your face. Like, oh, I'm so angry right now. Yeah, I mean, you just, it caused you to have to focus. Focus on the reality that the one that's always been there with you for whatever reason, whether they were an affair or a long term, they just said, I can't do this with you anymore. And they said their truth and they walked away. They're off to greener pastures. I'm so sorry for that. But I just say, I read what I see. I interpret intuitively, and I finally, after talking about it and seeing the first set of cards, I really got the gist now. I got the gist. I got the goods from the high above. Let's talk about the gift. It's not maybe something you would like to have as a gift, okay, receive as a gift, but it's exactly what you needed, and that's the divine in there. 5 of Wands, yeah. Conflict, trauma, competition, arguments, disagreements. King of Wands, yeah, you were, yep, okay. Let's keep going. 6 of Swords, yeah. And the 9 of Wands. Wow. The gift was exactly what you needed, because guess what it does? It wants to put you in that energy of taking action, whereas you may have been just sitting on your laurels, enjoying the fact that this person was still in your life. Whether you could experience him physically or it was a long distance relationship, we don't know. But it was you felt a lot of conflict, like anger. You felt a lot of anger at first when you received this gift. It really puts you, on the defensive. And yeah, Yeah, you could have went out and played soccer with that anger. But seeing that she moved away from you and your drama, whatever your drama was, because you were King of Wands after all, right? You're somebody who creates drama. You're somebody who makes it because you love to get into battles. You love to have people fight over you too. You love to be able to win those battles. You like to be seen as right and feel like you're the victor. The King of Wands is somebody who is, he's a go-getter, he's charismatic, and he can be the greatest player of all. Even more so than the Knight of Wands, okay? Who really is that player energy. But this is a big, this is somebody who's went past the Knight of Wands and may have emerged in the reverse as a King of Wands in a lot more player energy. And she must have seen it, experienced it, sensed it, whatever, but she said goodbye to it. I can't do this with you anymore. And so she took her boat and went from that rough water of your player, very chaotic, unclear, frustrating energy of trying to communicate with someone who was really quite largely unavailable, for one reason or another, whether they did that on purpose, you did that on purpose, to keep them guessing, or to keep them wanting more, because that's what a player would do. You just dealt with this person as you felt it was good for you. It was selfish behaviors, right? And she had enough. She left, and guess what? You're a wounded warrior. You're somebody who wants to now take action because what she did, you know how they say, if you love someone, let them go, set them free. And if they come back, that's meant to be. But also, sometimes people won't do anything. Make the decisions and take the actions they need to take until they lose something, until they lose someone or something. And that's when they finally say, oh my God, she's really gone, or he's really gone. Am I going to do anything to try and get them back, or I'm just going to let them go? How badly do you want them in your life? How much do you care for them? Like, truly and deeply care for them. So let's talk about this gentleman here who's a lot of fun, charismatic, and a lover. This is the King of Wands. No, I'm sorry. I meant to say this is the Knight of Wands, and this is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands wants to take action. The Knight of Wands is the one that actually takes the action. He gets on his horse and goes, and impulsively rides in, steals the show, and then takes off without being seen, kind of like the Seven of Swords, the deceptive fox, Two of Cups. Wow. So what I was saying was correct. I'm sorry, collective. This is in the past. Hopefully, you got yourself settled into more of a temperate place right now, realizing the ouch is not hurting as badly. Instead, you're being proactive now instead of just sitting in your ouch and feeling sorry for yourself, which is what you had started to do. You started feeling sorry for yourself. You're a wounded warrior. But the best thing about the Nine of Wands is, being a wounded warrior, is that you still have one fight within you that you're going to do. You're going to take it on, and the King of Wands loves to do that. He's a warrior. He's an action taker, but it also has without having any without being able to take the action that you might want to be taking. Things are going slow, whatever. It's because you still have, the divine says, if you're going to go back towards this one here, you're going to have wisdom. You're going to have to grow and become a mature man, which is usually around 50s and higher, right? But you can be younger and be a mature man. I'm not saying that you're not going to be a mature man if you're in your 30s or 40s. I'm not saying that. but usually it's in the 50s and higher, right, of the ages. But you want to step into Emperor energy, because from what the cards are saying right here, collective, is that there's an Empress that you need to match up to, that you need to choose. Instead of going this way, that's going to take you either on a single, maybe be single for a while path, which is fine, because you can still always take the path to your Empress or even to somebody else. And that going single for a while might just make you end up with somebody else instead of your Empress. Or you take the staircase. This is always ascending, right? Or you take the staircase to evolve higher so that you become the same energetic resonance match of your Empress, who's healed from a lot of her own wounded warrior experiences, which, this is what she would be speaking about. It was something that, whatever her interactions were with you, being engaged with you, it caused her a lot of heartache and pain, that she had to pick herself off the pavement and keep moving. And she did, because if you're in the near future, it's evolving into a mature man, and we're talking about a feminine here that dropped you, it's because she must be healed, or she was healing too and is healed, and you need to match up to that vibration, because the Empress is discerning, and she has no reason to be with anyone that's less than a king. Emperor is perfect, but anyone less than a king, and knight and pages are obviously less than a king. So this has been making you lose sleep at night because of that tower moment you had. You actually had a tower moment hearing her say, I gotta go, I gotta go. But you have been since then healing, trying to heal, because you probably sat in, oh, woe is me, like victimhood for a little while, and everybody does that. That's not like it's wrong or anything like that. It's a natural part. It's kind of like the grieving process, right? So you have to sit in that for a while so that you get sick of it. You get sick of yourself being like that, because life ain't the same when you're in that kind of energy, that depression, a short-term depression. So you decided to look to the skies and realize that there was somebody that could motivate you to get up out of your shell, out of your pool of feeling, oh, woe is me, out of that desolate place of despair, feeling that the rug's been ripped out from underneath you. Sure, you have a whole other part of your life to deal with every day and stuff that could help you, to help mediate the struggle that your heart is feeling with the absence of that one. You can make yourself busy. You can keep yourself busy, but when you get quiet, or you're getting ready to go to bed, or just settling down for the night, it'll creep back up, and it always creeps back up. You start thinking about it, and then your heart starts aching again, and it's like, what's the point? What's the point? So I'm going to get up tomorrow and go to work, do the same old and everything, and then at the end of the day, I'll be back here again. That kind of thing, unless you keep yourself busy. But it's not about keeping yourself busy, it's about healing. And this is what that time spent when you just can't stand yourself anymore in that kind of energy. You start looking up to the sky, and maybe literally, but abstractly, looking up to the sky and seeing that there's been a star in your sky this whole way that's been guiding you. You've just never really seen it as that. And that star is that wisdom. That star is that divine that's within the person that you have this attraction for. The one that you see as true love, 2 cups. You want to mend that connection now with her. You want to heal her heart. You want to heal your heart by coming together in partnership as saying, I truly love you. You are my true love. You're the one for me. And without you, I'm heavily burdened. I'm broken. You can't, this is 9 of Wands. That's getting up, okay? That's getting up and doing that, healing and making that exerted effort to be able to to find your way to happiness. But when you reach the Ten of Wands, you, without doing this, you're just going to, or if you do this and it doesn't work out the way you want it to work out, or you want to do this but you don't do it, you're going to end up highly burdened, broken, actually broken. So in order for you to have the experience you want to have, the best advice I can give you for the best result, you know, for the highest degree of success, right, towards mending this relationship with this, what would be an Empress over here, that one, is to evolve, right? So that's the past. You evolve, because if you evolve, it really minimizes this consequence or effect or impact on you. You evolve, you're going to have much greater success. In here, if you don't evolve, you really have like about a 30% chance. I'm just throwing numbers out, of course. But if you evolve, you're going to have like a 90 some plus percent, depending on where you are at when you actually show up back in that person's life. So I hope all that makes sense. Let's go ahead and start talking about present day. The pathway card, please, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. What can you tell us about the path for our collective masculine? What's he doing? Where's he headed? What's on his road? Seven of Cups. Having many options, you know. You're in a place right now where you're able to take a different direction and to look at your options. Many possibilities, but you're confused. But that confusion and those options that you had, that on this path you're realizing, well, you imagine walking through a forest, right? Walking through the forest and meandering, and but still having time to think, because you're on your own and you're there for contemplation time. So you're just meandering through the forest and you're giving some heavy thought to all of this stuff. What's been going on in your life, how you've been missing this one, and so forth and so on. You were at one time saying, well, I don't need her. I don't need her. I have other people who want to be with me. I have options. That's from the anger, okay? That's that Five of Wands energy. Feeling angry and resentful. You know, I got options. I have options. I don't need her. But after further down the road, or maybe another day of meandering, you realize that those options are not this one. Those options do not live up to this one, who is an Empress. I'm saying it without the card even being out here. But that's because you're evolving into the Emperor energy. Mature man, it could be, if I were to use the Kipper deck, it could be that the mature woman would come out if I put more cards out. But this is, you're saying, look, you're saying this to yourself, look, I can kid myself all I want and have all sorts of, you know, escapades and romantic escapades and you know, sexual whatever, you know, dalliances with people, women, right? And it's just not going to see, it's not going to be, so maybe you do that for a while. Maybe you actually do that. Have some fun with other women. Maybe you do that, but then you come to the conclusion that this is just not working for me. It's not her. All I can think of when I'm having these interactions with these women is about my Empress. So you put an end to it. You put an end to your life back here. That was it, whatever it was that was keeping her from wanting to stay with you. And you're transforming. The path is the transformation to your Queen of Cups. You're transforming so that you can be with your Queen of Cups, who I'm saying is your Empress, but you know, she's still, you don't maybe necessarily see her that way right at this moment. Maybe you won't recognize her as that until a few months from now. But yeah, she's the darling of the deck. I can see why you would put an end to this, because you cannot forget your Queen of Cups. This is who you may have seen her as in the past, as a Queen of Cups. Okay? You may have seen her that way. I'm going to put it over here because this is like putting an end so you can transform to be with your Queen of Cups. That's you seeing her. This one, the Queen of Cups left you. Okay? So, that's awesome. All I have to say is that's beautiful, and I'm glad if you did have options that you actually, you know, checked it out. Just like bachelors do, right? Before they get married, they should be playing, and they should be having their checking out, having as many dates and relationships as possible, so that you know that when you do meet somebody and you feel like they're the one, that you've already done it. You played the field long enough, played the field, and now you're ready. So I don't think I'm talking to some young person though. So here we go. 36 distant horizons. 8 of Wands. In the reverse, by the way. 7 of Coins. And 9 of Coins, okay? Oh, look who showed up. 8 of Wands is that you're not ready. You're not ready to take that action, that fast action moving forward, especially not ready to communicate. Presently, you aren't. Because the distant horizon, remember, it's about spiritual growth, but it's also about, you know, just fantasizing about wanting to go here, to do that, to be with that person. You know, you have these desires, but it's just visual right now, like you're envisioning it in your mind. It's a fantasy. But it's an enjoyable fantasy because it's something that you desire. So, but you're not ready. You're still in developing spiritually, and therefore you have to stay put. You can't be taking action. The divine is saying this. Remember I said the divine is in all my readings. The divine is saying that with this card, presently you're not ready. 7 of Coins is that you're still looking at the past and seeing what happened in the past, realizing what you've, you know, planted, you sowed, and you nurtured, and then you harvested, or at least you grew. You may not have harvested it yet, but what you gave life to was only 7 of 10. So you weren't measuring up to your highest potential, but you weren't at your highest potential here. That you're in a lower vibration frequency here, because you were more like player energy, right? You're more like, let's just get what I can because I'm selfish. You know, I'm sorry I have to say that, but we all do it. Don't beat yourself up. I've been there too. So we have sown or grown what it is that would be okay here, but for going further, ascending higher, it's not enough. You have to grow. You have to put some more seeds of light and love, heart, appreciation, self-love, gratitude into a very fertile, nurturing soil, and then give it lots of sunlight and rain, and then watch what you grow. And whatever you grow, it's going to be amazing, and you're just going to want to harvest that, but you might be smart enough not to harvest it all at one time. 9 of Coins means you're single and independent, and that you see her as being single and independent. The Empress, right? So you're single and independent, ready to mingle, and you just want to mingle with your Empress, right? I'm so happy she came out. Look at that. Now let's talk about the number 7 message card. Again, this is not about documentation, like sending something physical in the mail, or a reward or a certificate or anything like that. This is actual message that is more like text message, emails, phone calls. A lot like this one here. So you received an email, text message, phone call, or voicemail in the past, and now you're going to be doing that very, very soon if you haven't done it already. Okay. Eight of Swords. Wow, you're up in your head about it though. I'll tell you that much. You're very afraid to do this. I would suspect, because what were we talking about over here? The Ten of Wands. If you're just not in the right energy, by the way, your Empress and your Queen of Cups are highly intuitive, and they're also all four queens. This one here is all four queens rolled up in one, which means she takes on all the good and attractive and beneficial characteristics and traits of all four queens. So like, let's say for example, she's a Queen of Swords too. She's very fair. She'll hear you out. She'll say, come tell me what it is you need me to know. But if she gets the sense that you're not really being sincere and transparent, she'll cut you out, which would leave you feeling Ten of Wands. And once she cuts you out, the Empress, once she cuts you out, that's it. You have that one chance with an Empress. Hangman, yeah, okay. Well, that's good. Hangman is enlightenment, awakening. Oh, the Fool. Look at that. We got the Fool, and then we got the World. And the Page of Swords. Okay. You've been keeping an eye on her over the internet, social media, whatever. You've been seeing what she's been up to, or not. Depends what she puts on the internet. But yeah, you're in a mental prison over this, over sending her a message. Because you're unclear as to how she will receive it, and if she does respond, what will she say? So it's leaving you feeling stuck, but it's a good stuck because you're getting a different perspective. You must be thinking in this Eight of Swords energy. You're ruminating, these thoughts are going around and around and around, like around you, so that it's kind of like creating a prison around you, because you can't step through, because you got a blinder on that if you could run into one of your thoughts, you know, really, if you step forward or backwards and get hurt by one of those swords. But you must be thinking, holy moly, if the shoe was on the other foot, I probably wouldn't want to talk to me either, right? From what you know, how you behaved in the past. Queen of Cups is highly intuitive, but forgiving. And that, of course, is the Empress, the same thing. So we don't even have to talk about the different queens now, because we have the Empress out on the table. She's all four. So whatever characteristic I might say about any particular queen, we're still talking about the Empress. But this is an awakening. God puts you upside down, hangs you. This is you being hung in this not moving forward time in your life. So like this would be from today's date to 4 weeks back, you stopped moving forward towards your desires. For one reason or another, maybe you still had to emotionally heal, or you didn't know how to do what you wanted to do. You know, you needed to do some more research. You maybe needed to get some documents together. You maybe need to, I don't know, maybe, who knows. But yeah, so you were receiving an awakening from hanging upside down, giving you a different perspective on how other people see things that you may have not seen before, and how you're looking at your world differently. You're not so much about the material world focus as you are more now moving into a heart-centered focus in your thinking and in your actions and your behaviors and your words. You're more loving, compassionate, kind, patient. You know, you're realizing that people aren't just tools back here. And I don't mean like hand tools, garden tools, whatever, like tools, like that word we use kind of in a slang. You're such a tool. You know, you may have in the past saw people as being idiots or whatever, and they didn't deserve your time, and you just complained about them a lot. Maybe, I'm just saying, you may not have done that at all. But if you had, as an example, now you're starting to feel like maybe people do deserve to be treated a little bit more compassionately and with patience. Just that kind of switch, a switch in perception. So that's what the Hangman, time being stuck. Even if you wanted to move forward, the divine will make it so that you can't. Things are just not going to work out for you. You have to stay put until you're done staying put. It's divine timing. And then you'll be able to divinely time yourself right off the edge of that cliff, taking that leap of faith towards your desires, the people you want to places you want to go and the people you want to be with and so forth, the job that you might want to work at. This is ending this chapter to start a brand new one, taking a leap of faith into a brand new chapter. This is like she could be living quite a distance from you too. That's the world could represent that. But you want to communicate with her. And once you are done hanging upside down, feeling stuck, but you've moved into more of like a settled, at least a king energy, like a king of pentacles, king of cups energy, or a king of swords energy. You're already the king of wands over here. You move into one of those energies that is going to transition into a mature man. This is when you'll be ready to send out that message to your Empress. Okay, so let's talk about the near future. The near future. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, can you tell us about the second card for the messengers of the owls, please, in the near future? What kind of wisdom is this about? From God, from other people that our collective know that could give them great advice? Or it's just from the divine, through contemplation, maybe even meditation. I highly encourage you, if you don't, which you probably don't, but if you don't, start meditating. Awesome way to connect to your divinity for guidance. Judgment, there's the God right there. Three of Wands. Three of Wands is turning your back and waiting for your ships to come in, right? But having some great great ideas, right? Look at that, the groom kissing the bride. And the Three of Coins. 3-3. The winter solstice. Winter solstice. This is timing a year or more. See, that's what we were talking about. A year or more. Was that 2-year thing? Were we talking about a 2-year thing at one time? I don't remember. But it's a 2-year something. Wasn't I reading something about that? This one here, 2-year. 2-year, what do they call it? The 2-year what? Energy? 35. Let's see. This card means a long road ahead. 2 years patience. 2 years patience, yeah. Winter solstice. This is 1 year. So find the light within. Timing a year or more. So we're in the North America, we're in the winter. Well, we will be in the winter season, but in the Southern Hemisphere, of course, you're already in going out of the winter season into spring. So however it works for you resonates. But yeah, you've made a judgment, a final call that is wise. It's a wise judgment. Their owls are wise, right? You have decided that you're turning the back on your old ways, your old perceptions, your old behaviors that just didn't work out for you. And you're moving in the direction where, it's going to take you across to the horizon, whether that's across the sea, just into another country or another city or town nearby. But you'll be jumping on a ship when it comes in. Like when your ships come in, when you're ready, that's what you will do. And the Three of Coins is coming together, collectively in collaboration. The two of you, there's the two of you. Look at you and your Empress with this other guy helping out. But it's a collaboration between two people build a foundation where this he's holding all the scrolls that become the map for the foundation or whatever. What do you call it? The map, the blueprint. That's it. Yeah. So you'll be coming together. You know that is what this here, and that you also know that you come to realize that it was because of all of this. Remember, the gift that you got was exactly what you needed, not something that you would have necessarily wanted. It's not about that. It's about what you needed to get you off your butt and to take action, right? So you could move yourself from those chaotic ways of behaving and being in interaction with other people, other relationships, whatever, into a calmer, peaceful, more temperate place in your life. And it could be in your winter, or it could be this coming winter, but it's a year or more from now, that says. But you know, take it with a grain of salt. Cards come out, right? Let's talk about the mature man energy. Mature man energy. I'm so excited to see what the divine has to say about that. King of Cups, there you are. Hallelujah. Look, you're oh my gosh, you're equally yoked here. You're at the very least at the same level as your Queen of Cups, who's in your Empress. Okay? Fantastic. Ace of Wands, a divinely inspired, passionate, new beginning of new passionate pursuits. If I said that twice. Oh my God, and the Queen of Coins. You know what that means? Okay, this is your Queen of Cups. She was here in your present. This is how you saw her in the past. Okay, this is how you've been keeping your eye on her until you do some growing, and then you see her as an Empress. But this Queen of Coins is symbolic of making someone your wife. Queen of Coins is committed. Wife material, well, Empress is too. Three of Swords, yeah. Because as a mature man, you have come to know that what you did in the past hurt her badly. Broke her heart. And as a mature man, you would also be saying, it breaks my heart that I broke your heart. That what I did broke your heart. That's beautiful. That's mature man energy, okay? That's mature man energy. Right there. King of Cups, Ace of Wands. King of Cups, he feels deeply. He has that deep love for someone. And he may not express it with words, but he will demonstrate it and show off in body language, you know, in any way, just to make sure that his love interest understands that they deeply love her. The Ace of Wands is that divine new path of passionate pursuits, because you're following your heart. You're following your heart, and you want to make her your queen, your wife, right? So that because it's nothing but brokenheartedness otherwise for you, especially. Yeah. Okay. 22. Hierophant. That's taking the path of, you know, evolving, going. This is quite literally can represent God, the Hierophant. But it's taking the path to God. It's evolving yourself. It's enlightening. You're becoming enlightened. You're growing, spiritually growing, developing spiritually. And it also means a card about marriage, which would, you know, resonate with this one here. That you see her as your Queen of Pentacles, someone that you can marry. Full moon. This is illuminated subconsciousness. So you are definitely making sure that you're not going to be holding back or have any fears. That as a mature man, you're going to go forward with knowing what it is that still may need to be healed within you, but you're going to manage it, and you're going to control it in the way that you're going to spend time with your God, with your soul, with your higher self, or spirit guides and angels, whatever you want to call it. You're going to spend time in meditation or prayer, or however you do this. Meditation's the best way to connect, and take care of those fears that you still might have, be holding on to, that could ultimately get in the way. But you know you're wiser now, and you're not going to allow it to get in the way, because you're going to, you know, nip it in the bud, as they say, take action on it, and work real hard to maintain a mindset of trust and faith that you have evolved, and therefore anything that could come up from a long time ago that might want to pull you back down and make you fearful and afraid, and stop communicating with your wife, and, you know, just getting depressed or anxious, you're going to deal with it right away. That's you saying you're going to deal with it right away. You're going to make an effort with the 8 of coins to make sure that you don't get dragged down. Now it's very hard once you become an emperor, mature man, to go backwards. I mean, it would be very difficult with just everyday activity. Unless something really, really bad happened, you might slip back into that for just a little while, but you'd have to come back because you'll see the error of your ways so much faster. You'll see the error of your thoughts and feelings about it, the situation, so much quicker than you would if you were still in this energy here. That's why when you evolve, life's major bumps, little bumps, ultimately, even though it's going to be hard to experience in the moment and next week or so, you will be pulling yourself back out of it a lot easier, a lot quicker. Knight of Wands is your choice to have I'm so happy for you. To have a divinely inspired new path of passionate pursuits that you're moving forward towards your Empress here. The Hermit. Yeah, there's what I was talking about. And talking about you being able to take that time in introspection. You know you'll need to put yourself in that time of introspection. Like you just know it. You will know, I need to take some time to myself. Please, thank you. And you go in, you do that and say, look at here now. I love myself, number one. Number two, let's have a look at these things that are causing these emotions right now. And number three, I'm in it until I'm done it. All right. 7 of Swords. You're going to be keeping an eye, being very introspective about how the 7 of Swords energy. Oh, look at it, it's upside down. Okay. Straightening the record. It's reversed. So it's straightening the record. It's you having spent time in hermithood, but probably coming out of that with the new path that you're taking, knowing that you can do that at any moment, is go back into hermit isolation and address any pesky behaviors, right? Deceptive behaviors, if you still were clinging on to them as a mature man. But the Knight of Swords rushes in, seizes the day, and says, no, we're cutting that out. The Divine says, you're cutting all that out because you're a mature man after all. The Emperor, the mature man, does not have secrets that could hurt somebody and even hurt themselves in the short or long run. Then the sun comes out and shines on your life in such a beautiful, godlike way. No, you're definitely going to still have bumps on your road. We all do. We still have bumps on our road, but the way we address them and solve them is like we say, okay God, I don't know what to do about this. Like right now my hot water heater is on the fritz. What do I do about it? What do I do about this? Well, then I say, well, God, I don't know what to do about this. I need you to help me out with this. And so then I'm going to allow God to enlighten me through my meditation time and prayers, right? It'll show up. I know that. And then my days will be sunny again. But they're sunny as soon as I know I've given them to Him. As soon as I know I've given them to Him to deal with, to find a solution for me, then my days are already brightening up. And it hasn't happened yet, but I know it's going to happen. That's the kind of faith I have. So that is just beautiful. I'm enlightened just from this. I'm enlightened. So let me see here. Yeah, we're leaving it here. Thanks so much. We'll check in with you tomorrow, collective. I sure hope this helped you. Bye for now.
Yoga, boom tea, chini tanchu, mungong do susu. Ani yele budam ti ma fire jonga beauty.